Here you see me getting ready to brew a nut brown ale. Actually, it's called Imperial Nut Brown, and it's from Brewer's Best. I apologize for the clarity there on the box, having some recording issues. But the ingredients that you'll find in the Imperial Nut Brown, we have Columbus bitter hops, Willamette aroma hops, as well as flavoring hops. Sometimes you don't find 3 types of hops in a beer kit, so that's kind of nice. Also have crushed chocolate and caramel grains, which we're dropping into the pot right now. Before brewing, you have to make sure that everything is absolutely clean. And once we've got these grains in the pot, need to stay between 150 and 165 degrees. Otherwise you'll leach tannins into the wort, and you definitely do not want to do that. Here are some of the other ingredients. Take a look at. We have malt extract, and that's in liquid form. There's a couple of bottles of that, as well as the dried malt. And here we have maltodextrin. All of this is going to go into the pot, but first what we do is we throw the liquid malt in some hot water, so we kind of make it a little bit thinner, easy to pour in the pot. At this point we've got the dried malt, the liquid malt, and the maltodextrin in the pot, and we need to get it to a boil, pretty much a rolling boil. And right now you can see that we are starting to boil. So everything is looking good. This whole process takes about, well, for me it takes 3 hours. So first we'll start out and we'll put some hops in there and walk over to the pot, drop them in, and stir. We follow the directions to a T. So want to make sure we get the hops in there, stir everything around, get it so it's in a rolling boil, and make sure that we do not have the wort go over the sides of the pot. Okay, I think this is a 20-quart pot if I'm not mistaken. Now we're putting the aroma hops in. I think the first hops were in for about 15 minutes. The aroma hops, I believe, are 5 minutes. I don't have the directions in front of me. So we'll just put that in and stir. And in the meantime, we need to get our sink full of ice and water, because here's the deal. Once it's up to a rolling boil, it'll be probably close to about 200 degrees as we end that boil. And we need to get the wort chilled down to about 70 degrees as quickly as possible. So here we have the wort sitting in the sink, and it starts off at, like I said, very close to 200 degrees, and over a period of about 35 minutes we will get it down to 70 degrees. This is about 20-25 minutes into it. You can also use a wort chiller to cool things off quicker. For the time being, I'm just packing everything in ice. That seems to work out well. This is my bucket. It's well over 6-gallon bucket, and everything is in there now. What I had to do is add about 2.5 gallons of water to top it off at 5 gallons. That's what this recipe calls for. And finally, what we end up doing is we pitch the yeast. So we put the yeast on top of the wort, and then we'll stir it in. We'll close the lid to the bucket, and we'll put an airlock on it. This beer should be ready in about 6 weeks. Here we are, about 15 hours later, and you can see bubbling. Very nice. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you.